Dandelions, weed or herb? It's a hindrance, sweetheart. If you live in a house, maybe like this, maybe on a block like this, or in a neighborhood like this. Memories, dear? Yeah. But it may be a benefit if you live in a house like this, on a block like this, in a neighborhood like this. I'm just poking fun. So as a kid, I would love to pick dandelions in my uncle's lawn. And after they would go to seed like this and we'd pick them up, my cousin and I, we would carefully, because if you've ever picked one of these, they're very delicate. The seeds want to immediately blow away. So my cousin and I, we would gently pick a whole handful, and then we'd spin around and the seeds would go everywhere. And in the West Coast of the United States, we would pretend that it was snowing. And then my uncle would come out and yell at us because we were spreading dandelions all throughout the neighborhood. So let's talk a little bit about dandelions. Most of us know about dandelions as being a weed in their lawn. They go out, they spend tons of money to try to keep their lawn just green. No little pops of yellow at all. But let's explore the dandelion. There's the flower. There's the bud. There's the leaves. The seeds. So if anyone doesn't know about a dandelion, the flower that you saw will turn into the leaves, and they self-seed themselves all throughout the yard. And then you have the root. Every single part that we just mentioned are edible. So it's TARAXACUM officinale. The history, it was introduced to North America from Europe by early sailing ships some 400 years ago, thought to have brought along for its use in medicine. Go figure. Hold on, I gotta get closer. It is said to have spread across the country ahead of settlers, preceding the arrival of Europeans from the coast, where it was adopted and used as important food and medicine. It was important food and medicine plant by indigenous groups in many regions, meaning they were used before settlers got here. Dandelions are resilient with its steadfastness and adaptability. It can teach us the value of being firmly rooted in places where we live. As Christians, we should apply this analogy to our walk with Christ. No matter what people may do to try to eradicate the lowly dandelion, no matter how many herbicides are thrown at it or how many times you try to uproot it, the dandelion holds fast. So, some cultural benefits of the dandelion. In China, traditional Chinese medicine, dandelion has been used to treat stomach problems, appendicitis, and breast problems such as inflammation or lack of breast milk or milk flow. In India, dandelion, a plant mentioned in Ayurveda for the treatment of skin disease, fever, difficulty in micturition, indigestion, jaundice, and general debility. Here in America, North America, tribes consumed dandelion greens. Native American tribes consumed dandelion greens as poultices for slow healing wounds, stomach ache, and sore throat, and more. The list was very long. In Europe, I just chose one. British Herbal Compendium described dandelion that promotes appetite or digestion, mild laxative, and colague. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. I have no idea. Colague effects with beneficial effect on the liver. Now, certain things kept coming up when I was researching dandelion: the liver, the kidney, your organs more specifically. So dandelions have an abundant benefits. They're overlooked benefits. It's always been a superfood, and it's packed with antioxidants and nutrition. And we're going to get back to that in just a second. Ooh, look at that. So its uses: the young tender shoots can be eaten raw or blanched, used in salads and sandwiches, either alone or in combination with other greens like lettuce, kale, cabbage, and chives. And that reason is, if you've ever seen a dandelion plant growing in your yard, you mostly see the flower. But if you look down in there, you'll see some leaves and you'll pick them, and they're just a small size. You want to pick them in early spring. You can pick them all year long, but they taste best in early spring. They're less bitter in early spring. To combat the bitterness, you may want to saute them. The greens you can use in soups, stews, juices, and cooked leafy vegetables. The flowers can be used in teas, juices, and for baking as well. The root, you can gently roast and ground the root, and it can be used to make wonderful, delicious dandelion coffee. I believe that would be called chicory. And no? Two different things? Okay. Well, there is a coffee that has dandelion root. Is that the Inca? No? Okay. It's just dandelion coffee? All right. All right, so here are some of the vitamins, minerals, electrolytes, and phytonutrients in dandelions. The long list. Go back. Go back. Okay. Well, we can look at some of them. Vitamin A, 338% of the of RDA recommendations for your daily amount. Iron, 39%. Magnesium. Your trace minerals, your phytonutrients. Let's see. Zinc, 4%. Niacin, 5%. All in a little tiny dandelion plant. Vitamin K, 649%. So here's just a little recipe. You can go out, if you have dandelions, pick the dandelion flower, and for a tea, you want to soak them a few minutes with some vinegar just to remove any bugs. They do grow in the ground, and ants tend to like dandelions. So just soak them in some vinegar and then rinse well. Step 2, you want to add the dandelion tops, not the buds. Remember I showed you the buds, and then the tops are the flower. Take the tops, just throw them in a mason jar, fill a mason jar up, maybe add some mint, some lemon balm, and then some raw honey, and add to that some boiling water. Fill the jar all the way up to the top with some boiling water. Cover it and let it sit for about 30 minutes. Then drain the water out. You're going to hold on to that water. Drain the water out. That is your tea. You can refrigerate it and keep it up to about 3 days. So there is a little safety to go along with the dandelion. Although dandelion herb contains some bitter principles, it can be safely used in healthy persons without any reservations. However, if patients on a potassium-sparing diuretic therapy, it may aggravate potassium toxicity. The dandelion herb can also induce allergic contact dermatitis in some sensitive individuals because it is part of the daisy family. So if you're allergic to daisies, you may be allergic to dandelions. When you find dandelions, make sure you find them in an area that is not being treated with any herbicides, or that's not maybe on a dog walk or something like that. So in summary on this part, include dandelions in your diet and experience the benefits of this misunderstood superfood. So some other things that I found, just in general, doing some basic research here. On Healthline, it says, the nutrition contents of dandelion extends to all parts of the plant. As we mentioned, dandelion is a rich source of fiber and many minerals. They are packed with antioxidants, and antioxidants are compounds that help neutralize free radicals. Molecules that are a product of normal metabolism but contribute to chronic disease risk if levels get too high in the body. Therefore, antioxidants are crucial for keeping your body healthy. Dandelions contain high levels of antioxidants like beta carotene, which may protect against cell damage and oxidative stress. Also, they are a rich source of beta carotene and polyphenol compounds, both which may neutralize harmful free radicals and protect against chronic disease. They also reduce inflammation. Let's see, they aid in blood sugar management. Chicoraic and chlorogenic acid are two bioactive compounds in dandelions that may decrease blood sugar levels. Let's see, there have been studies that dandelion reduces cholesterol and triglyceride levels. It also lowers blood pressure as a result of its diuretic effect and its potassium content. There are studies that indicate that dandelion may protect against liver damage. There are studies that note dandelion compounds may support weight control. Here's a big one. Perhaps one of the most intriguing health claims about dandelion extract is its potential to prevent the growth of cancerous cells in various organ systems. A 4-week study showed that administering dandelion root extract modified specific pathways involved in suppressing the growth and spread of breast cancer cells. Other studies have found that dandelion root extract may slow the growth of cancer cells in the liver, the colon, and stomach tissue. A dandelion is a rich fiber and prebiotic compounds such as inulin, both of which may support bowel regularity, among other digestive benefits. And some studies suggest that dandelion has antiviral and antibacterial properties. It also protects against skin damage caused by sun damage, aging, and acne. Dandelions also have effects on bone health. Some compounds of the plant are known to support the maintenance of strong bones. Dandelion leaves, stems, and flowers are often consumed in their natural state and can be eaten cooked or raw. The root is usually dried, ground, and used in teas and coffee substitutes, as we mentioned. Dandelion is also available as a supplement in capsule, extract, or tincture form. So you can use the fresh leaves, the dried leaves, leaf tincture, fresh leaf juice, fluid extract, fresh roots, and as dried powder. And dandelions may also interact with medications. This is also a note, including certain types of antibiotics, anticoagulants, and blood sugar drugs. So if you are taking any prescription medications, be sure to consult with a healthcare professional before consuming dandelions. So the bottom line, despite their many potential benefits, dandelion plants and supplements shouldn't be considered as a replacement for a balanced diet and a healthy lifestyle. In fact, it's not the wonder pill, it's not that superfood, and that's all you're going to eat. It should be consumed with other things. If you eat the greens, the roots, and the flowers in their whole form, or in salads, baked dishes, side dishes, snacks, this root vegetable makes a unique nutritious addition to your diet. I looked up, and I've actually purchased some dandelion seeds, not knowing that we moved out to the country and our 12 acres are filled with dandelions. So I don't know that I need to plant those seeds, but I was just looking at the seeds, and for 1 pack of dandelion seeds, it's like $6.50. And we spend how much money to kill them in our yard? They are great because they are one of the first pollinators that come out. So they pop out of the ground, and the bees go there, and they're one of the first flowers or one of the first plants that flower for the bees. So here's two little things that I have to mention. Personal, my mom had a tumor on her kidney. They said it was the size of a lime. This was years ago. My mom's not into health or anything like that, but one of her friends at work who was said, you need to take dandelion and something else. And so she drank dandelion tea every single day. So they did an ultrasound on her, noticed that she had a very large tumor on her kidney. She's had some kidney issues, so she was really concerned that it could have been cancerous. They were going to go in and remove the tumor. They scheduled the appointment in a month away from her appointment, her initial appointment. So she started drinking the dandelion tea. Every day she was drinking the dandelion tea. She went in for her appointment. They had to do a follow-up ultrasound just to get, I guess, where it was and the size and all that. And it was gone. Completely gone. And they were like, they had to make sure that they had the right scan just to make sure, did they take somebody else's? What happened? And the tumor was completely gone. I think it was from the dandelion tea. But what if God sent us a cure for our health ailments that grows freely and prolifically, it seeds itself, and Satan has convinced us that it's a pesky weed? We're embarrassed to have them in our yard because he knew what God has left for us.